Hello, friends. It's Chef Anita, and today I'm going to read you a story called And Tango Makes Three. The story was written by Justin Richardson and Peter Parnell, and the pictures were drawn by Henry Cole. And this is a true story about some penguins in a zoo, because that's where these penguins live, in a zoo. And Tango Makes Three. In the middle of New York City, there is a great big park called Central Park. Children love to play there. It has a toy boat pond where they can sail their boats. It has a carousel to ride on in the summer and an ice skating rink to skate on in the winter. Best of all, it has its own zoo, and everyday families of all kinds go to visit the animals that live there. There's New York City. Looking, there's the carousel, there's the pond, and this is the entrance to the zoo. And the families are going into the zoo. A zoo is a place where they keep animals so that people can see them. A really good zoo we have near us is the San Francisco Zoo. And they have all kinds of animals there. But children and their parents aren't the only families at the zoo. The animals make families of their own. There are red panda bear families with mothers and fathers and furry red panda bear cubs. There are monkey dads and monkey moms raising noisy monkey babies. There are toad families and toucan families and cotton-top tamarin families too. Wow, what a bunch of... These are toucans. I wonder if these are the cotton-top tamarins. I don't know about toads. Don't see any toads in that picture. Maybe these are the toads. Either way, there's all kinds of families. The animals are making families themselves. And in the penguin house, there are penguin families. Every year at the very same time, the girl penguins start noticing the boy penguins. And the boy penguins start noticing the girl penguins. And when the right girl and the right boy find each other, they become a couple. Look at all the penguins. And they're all kind of hanging out. And look, these two seem to be meeting each other here, and these two are meeting each other. Hello, 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 hello. How do you do? In penguin language. Two penguins in the penguin house were a little bit different. One was named Roy, and the other was named Silo. Roy and Silo were both boys, but they did everything together. They bowed to each other, and they walked together. They sang to each other and swam together. Wherever Roy went, Silo went too. There they are. And look, there they are, bowing to each other and walking together and singing and swimming. Roy and Silo did everything together because they really liked each other. They didn't spend much time with the girl penguins, and the girl penguins didn't spend much time with them. Instead, Roy and Silo wound their necks around each other. Their keeper, Mr. Gamze, noticed the two penguins and thought to himself, they must be in love. Here they are, winding their necks around each other. Roy and Silo watched how the other penguins made a home. So they built a nest of stones for themselves. Every night Roy and Silo slept there together, just like the other penguin couples. There they are making their nest of stones. So penguins make their nests out of stones. Some birds make their nests out of straw or twigs or yarn or hair or whatever they can find. Some make their nests out of mud. Swallows do that. But penguins, they make their nests out of rocks. And they slept there every night. And every morning, Roy and Silo woke up together. But one day, Roy and Silo saw that the other couples could do something they could not. The mama penguin would lay an egg. She and the papa penguin would take turns keeping the egg warm until finally it would hatch. And then there would be a baby penguin. So here they are looking around and they see that all the other nests, they have little baby penguins that had hatched from eggs. Huh. They don't have a mama penguin. Roy and Silo had no egg to sit on and keep warm. They had no baby chick to feed and cuddle and love. Their nest was nice, but it was a little empty. See, there's their nest. Lovely nest. Sturdy, a little spot right there in the middle for the egg, but they don't have an egg. Well, one day Roy found something that looked like what the other penguins were hatching and brought it into the nest. It was only a rock, but Silo sat carefully on it and sat, bringing a rock. Silo's sitting on it. Going to sit on that rock. It's not an egg. It's a rock. Silo sat and sat and sat. When Silo got sleepy, he slept. And when Silo was done sleeping and sitting, he swam, and Roy sat on the egg. Day after day, Silo and Roy sat on the rock. It wasn't an egg, it was a rock. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. And Roy sat on the rock day after day, but nothing happened. So here they are taking turns. One will go get something to eat, the other will sit on the rock. But see, nothing happens because it's a rock. It's not an egg. It's a rock. Then Mr. Gamze got an idea. He found an egg that needed to be cared for, and he brought it to Roy and Silo's nest. So here's the zookeeper, and he sees them out there. And then he finds this extra egg, and he puts it in their nest. Their perfectly good nest. Just needed an egg. Roy and Silo knew just what to do. They moved the egg to the center of their nest. Every day they turned it so each side stayed warm. Some days Roy sat while Silo went for food. Other days it was Silo's turn to take care of the egg. They sat in the morning and they sat at night. They sat through lunchtime and swim time and supper. They sat at the beginning of the month and they sat at the end of the month and they sat all of the days in between. So here they are. And there's the egg. It's an egg, not a rock, in the middle of their nest. And there they are sitting and taking turns, sitting. One taking care of the other. That's how they do it. Until one day they heard a sound coming from inside their egg. Beep, 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 it said. Roy and Silo called back. Quack, quack. Beep, 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 answered the egg. Suddenly, a tiny hole appeared in the egg's shell. And then, beep, 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 beep. And look, egg, oh, tiny, it's pecking. And then, it's a little baby penguin popping out. And then, crack, out came their very own baby. She had fuzzy white feathers and a funny black beak. Now Roy and Silo were fathers. We'll call her Tango, Mr. Gamze said, because it takes two to make a tango. Roy and Silo taught Tango how to sing for them when she was hungry. They fed her food from their beaks. They snuggled her in the nest at night. Tango was the very first penguin in the zoo to have two daddies. See, here she is popping out of the egg, and here they are feeding her. baby birds. They open their mouths, and the mom and dad come and put food in their mouths. Sometimes, like robins, it's robins like to catch a worm. Some feed it to their babies. Sometimes it might be a little cricket or a grub or something else, depending on the birds and what they eat. But the parents feed the babies. Soon Tango grew strong enough to leave the nest. Roy and Silo took her for a swim, just like all the other penguin families. And all the children who came to the zoo could see Tango and her two fathers playing in the penguin house with the other penguins. Hooray, Roy! Hooray, Silo! Welcome, Tango! They cheered. And here's all the people looking through the window at all the penguins, and I'm not exactly sure where Silo and Roy and Tango are, but they're in there somewhere. But look at all the people looking through, watching the penguins. They swim and then they jump up and walk around. At night, the three penguins returned to their nest. There they snuggled together, and like all the other penguins in the penguin house, and all the other animals in the zoo, and all the families in the big city around them, they went to sleep. There they are, the happy family of Roy and Silo and little baby Tango, who's grown up. So that's the story of And Tango Makes Three. And it's a true story. That really did happen in the New York City Zoo. What a wonderful story. Two dads and a little baby penguin girl named Tango. Whew, that makes me happy. So I hope everybody's doing okay. I hope you're being safe, washing your hands 20 seconds, wearing a mask when you have to, when you go out. Take care of yourselves, and I will be back to read you another story on another day. Bye bye, everyone.